Hi everybody, in this short video I want to show you quickly how to set up the Mousetrap EA to run on your computer and on your MetaTrader 4 installation. The first step is to install MetaTrader 4 and log in with your broker account, and then you're ready to go ahead and set up the EA. If we go to the MetaTrader website, you'll be able to see all your products that you've purchased. If you go to My Account, and View Order, will show you everything you've purchased recently. Also, if you just click on My Account, it opens a page which shows your available downloads. And Mousetrap should appear here. You'll click that and download the zip file, and you'll open that to reveal the Mousetrap EA file. Copy that file, and then we're going to go to the C drive, Program Files, and the place where you installed your MetaTrader 4 program. Open that directory, click Experts, and you're going to paste the Mousetrap EA program in this folder. Once you've pasted that, the installation part of this operation is done. You can close this window. Then you're going to go back to your MT4, and the first thing you're going to do, if it was open while you're doing that, is you need to restart it. Once you've restarted it, go ahead and go to View and Navigator, and you should see Mousetrap appear in the Expert Advisors directory on the right-hand side. Let's go ahead and, using this existing Mousetrap chart as a template, let's set up a brand new Mousetrap installation. Go to New Chart. We're going to select Euro-Dollar. That's the pair this system was designed to run on. Select 15-minute time frame. Once you're on the 15-minute time frame, then we want to make some adjustments to the chart just to make it look better. Under Properties, choose Black and White. Under Colors, under Common, choose Candlesticks and turn off the grid. Click OK. Now you should be able to zoom in on this chart. And you get a better view of the overall chart. To install Mousetrap, the first step is to get it from the directory over here and drag it with your mouse onto this chart, and immediately the settings box opens. You're going to enable live trading. You're going to enter a license key, and the way that you get this key is you're going to actually go back to MetaTrader, or the MetaTrader site, and you should be logged in. If you're not, log in again. And your EAs that you've purchased will appear in the drop-down menu in this Expert Advisor key widget. So I don't have Mousetrap here, but I do have Exploding Fish, which is another EA that we sell. And you select your EA. It shows you, if you have a blank box, that's another key that's available. You only have 3 keys available per license key. Enter your MT4 account number. If we go back to our demo account, that number should appear right up here in the upper left-hand corner. Copy that, number into this box, click create, and it'll create a license key like this that you can then copy back into the EA. And I'm just going to copy the one from my other chart here that I already have. Enable trading will be true. Click OK. And you can see that the happy face comes on. Now for the happy face to be on, there's several things that you have to check. There's about 3 places you have to check to make sure this is working. So go to Expert Advisors and Properties again. The first thing is enable trading set to true in the input settings and is the key in place. The second one is on the Common tab. Have you enabled alerts and allowed live trading here? If that's okay, if you still have something that's showing that trading is not enabled, then the next thing to do is check is the Expert Advisor button on here. You have to have this button on. It shows a stop sign when it's not pushed in. You push in, it shows a green symbol right there. The last place to look, if you go into Tools and you go into Options and Expert Advisors, you have to make sure that Allow Live Trading is checked and Enable Expert Advisors is checked in here and click OK. If those 3 places, all those settings are correct, then you should have a happy space here and you shouldn't have any message that says that trading is not allowed or anything like that. And you should be ready to go. Okay, this chart where the EA is ready to go. Now we want to set up some indicators that just help us see the trend lines that the EA is actually interacting with when it makes a decision to set up a trade. These are 2 trend lines. Go to trend and moving average, and the first one is the 550 simple moving average. And I usually make that a blue line and make it kind of mid-range thick. And then the next one is another moving average, the 800 simple moving average. That's going to be a black dotted line. This EA uses 2 trend lines to set up trades. So what happens sometimes is that you will see 2 positions set up at the same time because it's finding consolidation and a breakout on both of these trend lines at the same time. Let's go back into settings and get into some of the finer settings for the EA. Now that you have these trend lines in place, I guess one more thing you can do is you can say this is a template, just in case you lose your chart or you want to set it up over again. So click Template, Save Template, and we're just going to call this template Mousetrap. And then save it. And then next time, when you want to create a new chart, all you have to do is go to Template and find your Mousetrap template, and it'll set up your chart all over again, including your EA with the key already installed and any settings you had. But let's finish the settings because we're not quite done yet. Go to the Inputs tab. You've enabled live trading. It's set to true. Lot size is an important decision to make. You have the option of a fixed lot size, which will stay the same until you change it. In this case, it's set to 0.1 by default, which is 1 mini lot. You can also choose percentage at risk, which takes a percentage of your equity and calculates the appropriate position size for the amount of equity that you have. And then lot size per 10K. So for every $10,000 in the account, the lot size increases by 1 increment of whatever you put in here. If I put 0.1 in here, then for every 10,000, it's going to trade one mini lot, for example. You can only have one of these activated at any one time. If you want to go from lot size to percent at risk, I'd have to make lot size 0. And then I would make percent at risk, say 1%, which is what I like to use. Next up, we have some defaults that you really probably should leave alone. They say trade in August is false and trade on Friday is false. Chris has found through extensive backtesting that trading in August and on Fridays is simply not profitable, and it's just not a time you want to be trading. So I would leave those as is. The next one is draw boxes. And this EA is kind of cool because when it finds a consolidation zone it's going to break out of, it draws a box automatically on the chart. And it'll resize those boxes automatically as well. So just leave that one to true. If you want to hear when a trade opens, if you're listening for it, you can turn play sound on trade open to true, but we leave that false. If you have a fractional pips account, and most accounts are, just set this to true. Otherwise, it won't take a trade when you open it up. If you have a micro lot account, which in my case is, that means you can trade increments of 0.01 or less than 1/10 of one mini lot, you want to change this setting to true. UK spread betting, unless you're using this in a spread betting account, you don't need it, so leave it at false. And then add stop after the trade opens. In some cases, with some brokers, the way they're set up, you have to do these things separately. It's safe just to do it, just to set it as true. Because otherwise, if you try to do it at the same time, you might get a cancel reject on the order and you won't get into the trade. Next thing is the max spread and the max slippage. And I like to set these both for 10 pips, simply because if you leave them as tight as what Chris has set here, then you tend not to get into the trade. Local currency TV, we don't have to do any adjustment here. This is the case where the broker might not have the tick value set correctly on their MetaTrader server, which means that if you're using percentage as a way to calculate position size, it may be inaccurate, and you may find that you hit your max lot size on the position sizing and you get an alert. It won't open a trade, but you will hit this seat belt, the safety belt down here of this max lot size. This is the maximum lot size that it will take automatically. If there's some mistake in position sizing, you have an alert that pops up and it won't take the trade. So you can set that as tight as you want. And it's just there to be a secondary safety in addition to your position sizing settings here, to make sure that you don't have a trade that opens up way too big and you suffer a loss because of it, or you draw down, or just are shut out by your broker from taking that trade. And that's all the settings. And once you're done with the settings, you click OK, and you're ready to go. And from then on, as long as you have your expert advisors turned on, the Mousetrap EA will run automatically and take trades for you. Keep in mind, if this is installed on a local computer, that if you turn the power off, the EA cannot trade for you. So we do recommend that you consider getting a VPS, a virtual private server, which is how I run this program on my own account. And if you do that, then it'll be running all the time. I know that FXCM offers a VPS complimentary if you have a $10,000 or greater value account, and lots of other brokers do that as well. And that gives you one way to go ahead and get this set up with a broker and start running it today. Thank you for your time, and please let us know if you have any questions.